Leadership, it is a very important aspect of everyone's life. We do not recognize or realize that, but it is. Today I'm going to talk about 7 principles of leadership. This is Mohammed Shoaib Naveed. Stay tuned until the end. The first principle, being ethical and have integrity. In any situation, it could be your personal life or professional, there are certain guidelines. You should have your own values. You should follow the ethical rules, the ethics that are meant to follow. Have integrity. Do justice to your positions. Do justice to your role. You could be a father, you could be a husband, you could be a wife, or you could be a manager, or whatever it could be. You have to give justice. You should be honest to your roles and responsibilities. That's a very core need of a leader. The first and foremost thing, from the heart, you have to have those values and ethics within yourself. Always be a person who takes decisions on values. Be a value-driven person. That's the first thing. The second important thing, the second principle, building trust and trusting people. Building trust and trusting people. Two sides of the same coin. Trust. It's a very critical thing in everyone's life. Again, it could be personal or professional. Leadership is not something on the professional side itself. It is in the personal front as well. When you are at home, talking to your sisters, brothers, family members, relatives, you have to be a leader. Lead them from the front, lead them from the back. You should be doing it always and all the time. So coming back to the topic, trust. You must learn these skills. It doesn't come, guys. It doesn't come by default. You should start respecting the people. You should start trusting the people. When you talk to the people, when you say something, you trust them. Trust them and give them responsibility. Maybe someone who is not really good, they play with you once or twice, but they do realize later. Trust is very important. Unless you have trust, nothing is going to work. It could be a family personal thing, wherein you trust your husband, you trust your wife, trust your kids. Trust is very important. You have to trust. That's a blind rule of leadership, guys. You can't be a leader who doesn't trust. Third thing, bring along everyone. What is that? Bring along everyone. You have to be responsible. You're professional. Even a person who is not so good at values, ethics, it's your responsibility to teach him, make him follow those ethics. You have to make him a professional guy. Learn him, teach him the professional guidelines. It is your responsibility when you're leading, you're at home, maybe your son is not doing well, or maybe someone else is not doing well, it's your responsibility. Don't just shout at them. You have to bring along the people with you. It doesn't make sense just shout and get rid of them. No, not at all. They are your family members, they are your team members. You have to take along them. You have to bring along the people with you. Only then you're called as a leader. Everyone has their own goals, their own perspective of the things. A team member who is not doing well at work, he may have his own problems. It is your responsibility as a leader. Talk to him, have those one-on-ones, try to understand what the problem is, carry him along. That's when you're called as a good leader. That's a critical leadership skill. Next one, inspire the people around you. Inspire the people around you. The moment you start inspiring the people around you, you yourself get inspired of you. Remember that. It is very important skill. It is very important attribute in everyone's life. People look at you as a leader. As a leader, you whatever you do in a day-to-day life, at your office, at your home, maybe at your home, your kids are looking at you to learn how to live. You have to keep inspiring them. Maybe at work, people look at you as a lead. Maybe you are a lead or a team member. You have to exhibit your skills. Keep inspiring your team members. Keep inspiring your managers. Keep inspiring the people around you. That's when you build those attitude, the leadership attitude. The fifth one, very important, making decisions. People are really confused a lot of time. They're scared, they're afraid to take decisions in life. One of the key skills of a leader is to take right decisions at right time. You have to learn those skills. And all these things which I'm talking about, this doesn't come overnight. It is the experience which teaches you these things. And you need to be keen towards learning these. A person who is 20 years or 30 years of experience, he must still not have those leadership skills. The reason is he never concentrated on those learnings. The other side of it, a person who is 3 or 4 years experienced in the career, he learns a lot about leadership. The reason is he is interested. So it all depends on your interest, guys. You should start being a better human being, being a better lead, being a better leadership, show leadership skills. So the fifth one which I was talking about is making right decisions. You need to be bold, take decisions, sometimes take risky decisions as well. As a lead, you have to take. That's how you grow. When you don't take risky decisions, you just stay at the same level. To grow, you have to take decisions and learn to take decisions in life. Could be personal or professional. Start taking decisions, right decisions. And when you take a wrong decision, learn from that mistake. Not every decision is a right decision. There will be definitely learnings, definitely failures. You should learn from your failures. The next important, encouraging innovation. Encouraging innovation. We as a family member or head of a family, let's say, you think you only have all the rituals, all those skills or all those procedures in your mind and everyone has to follow you. Get rid of that thought. You should encourage your kids. You should encourage your elders, younger generation. Give them the responsibility. Might be they're more smarter than you. You don't realize that. Maybe as a manager, you have a team member of 5 or 10 people. You just put on your way of working and then you just ask them to follow that. That's wrong. Give them the opportunity to think. Ask them, how can we fine-tune the process? How can we fine-tune the product? How can we increase the revenue? How can we make more profits? They're more smarter these days. Give them that key of encouraging, encourage them and have that innovation come out. That's when you can grow as well. As a leader, people look at you and they see you that you are giving the opportunities to your teammates or maybe the younger generation. That's a key skill as well. And then the last one, the seventh key skill is reward and recognitions. Rewards and recognitions. Always keep in mind, someone does something good, reward them, recognize them. Not every time it could be monetary, right? Not every time it could be a monetary benefit you can do. Just praise them. Tell them they have done a really good job. That's enough. That's really enough. You as a family member, as a father, as a husband or as a wife or as a mother, you should keep inspiring. You should keep recognizing the work the kids do. To keep encouraging them. Or you as a lead, the team members, you have to keep them encouraging. Always keep in mind, you have to encourage and recognize the efforts of your teammates. Only then you become a good leader. It is just not you give 10 points of work to the team, they just finish up, and then you just show it to your leadership and you are a leader. No, not at all. You're still not a good leader. You can be a leader on paper, but you're not still not a good leader. A good leader always does this rewards and recognitions in his own way. Maybe the organization is not funding you, that's fine, leave it. Could not be monetary always. You should keep in mind that you should keep praising your team members, recognize them for good efforts, and praise them. Keep encouraging them. That's when you can be a good leader. So these are the 7 principles, guys. It all comes through experience. So start learning them. Only then you can be a good leader. Thanks so much for your time today. This is Shoaib Naveed, logging off until we meet again.